Hello, this is Mariam, and for this video, I will be talking about my Showcase 3 assignment. For this showcase, I decided to use an online platform in order to review and remediate my lesson plan that I used in Showcase 1 and in Showcase 2. So the LMS tool that I chose is obviously Canvas. Compared to Schoology and Google Classroom, I really liked how this one was organized and easy to navigate. It was just way more easy to use for me compared to the other two LMSs. Using the LMS helped improve enhancement of the lesson by allowing a direct tool substitution. Everything was more central in this one. It allowed for easiness to control for me as a teacher. I was able to not have to do as much work when it comes to, for example, grading assignments or grading quizzes. Canvas does a great job of grading them automatically and posting the grade automatically as well into the grade book so students can see it instantaneously right after they complete their assignment or their quiz. It is also easy for students to use because everything is central and there's not much navigation that they have to do. Everything is organized in a manner that students are able to understand and access easily. So without further ado, we'll go through the module that I have created. So the module that I created is Diversity in Cultures and Religious Groups in America. Like I said, this is based off the same lesson that I used for Showcase 1 and Showcase 2. So how I have this module organized is it is split up into 5 different sections. So the introduction, activity 1, activity 2, activity 3, and an exit to get to conclude and wrap up this module. So the first part is the introduction. The introduction allows for students to understand the objectives of the lesson straight away, what they should know by the end of this module, and what they should focus on. So the objectives of the lesson are to understand the diversity of religious and cultural practices in America, to understand the differences and how differences can be a source of controversy, but also a source of growth, and to understand that it is important to share cultures and bridge gaps between different communities. So in order to proceed to the next part of this module, the next activity in this module, students can just press next, which is a feature that I really like in Canvas instead of having to go back to the tabs and modules and navigate from there. I have organized the module in a way that is consecutive in the order, so when pressing next, it'll just lead them to the following part of the module that they will need to complete, which is activity 1. I used activity 1 to review what culture is, so I used the thing link that I had from my Showcase 1 assignment in order for students to discuss and use it as an icebreaker. So the first part of the activity of the tool was to look at the thing link activity in order to engage with their peers and learn about what culture is. So I have the video down here that I mentioned in the step 1 of the activity that they can use to guide their discussion with their peers. So they use this video, watch it, pause it, and it helps guide their discussion. The second part of the activity 1 was to, after discussing culture with the peer using the thing link that I have created, to create their own thing link. So students are to create their own thing link that tells about their background and their culture. This is a way for students to communicate with each other about their culture and also engage with the material. So engage with what are aspects of culture and picking that out. So for their thing link, I list the requirements down here and the things that they have to include and the questions they have to answer. So I list all that down here. And the step 3 is a way for the students to submit that. So the last thing they need to do as part of this activity is submit their thing link. And I don't necessarily create a submission here, but rather they will be posting it on the Padlet wall, the Padlet of Student Cultures wall. So I created a Padlet and titled it Student Cultures wall, where students will post their their thing link by writing their first name and posting the link. So with this, they are able to with this Padlet, they are able to not only share the information with me, but also share it with other students. And we can go through each submission in class and view the student's culture by going to the thing link, and they can engage and interact with it. The way I have the Padlet set up is after posting their thing, students are able to comment and react to the different student posts that they are seeing. And the only way that people can access this Padlet is if they have the link, and I only posted the link here, so it is a safe environment for students to interact. The next part of this module is activity 2, which is a practice for students to do on their own, a way for students to study. So I post the religion, diversity, and controversy vocabulary, which is the main chunk of this lesson that they need to know. So in order for them to know the meaning of each word and have it memorized, I ask them to create a study tool. The study tool can be a physical tool like flashcards or online tool like Quizlet. That way students, if they are not able to finish this activity in school, they are able to create their study tool at home. And if they don't have access to a computer or to internet, they are able to still engage with the assignment and create it. And I will be checking this tool the following week in class. So they have time to put these into an interactive study tool that they can use, and they can switch with their peers and use in class as well. The next part of this module is activity 3, which is an assessment, and it is a quiz that they use to check their understanding. I realized that from my showcase 2 assignment that I didn't really pick the best evaluation tool. I picked Kahoot, and it was more of an entertainment tool for the students. As I have assessed it and looked at the feedback of my peers, it was more entertaining than it was a way for students to gauge how well they are doing with the course material. So I create this culture quiz, which they will get a small grade for of 10 points. And by creating this quiz on Canvas instead of Google Forms, it allows for me allows for the grade to go in the gradebook instantaneously, and allows for students to also see their grades right away and give them immediate feedback to the questions that they have gotten wrong. You can preview the quiz by clicking here, and it'll show you the different questions I've created, which are 8 questions, 2 of which are short answer questions, and each point value is given right next to the question. Once they submit the quiz, they are able to view and get instantaneous feedback on how they did. The last part of the module, if I go back to modules here, the last part of the module after activity 3, which was the assessment that we just looked over, is the exit ticket. The exit ticket allows for a wrap-up and conclusion to the module. Students are asked to watch this video, and the reason why I picked this video is because it's other students' perspective, so they are able to connect with a student and how they feel about culture through a YouTube video, which is very simple, but will have a bigger impact. So I ask students to partner up with the person next to them and discuss 3 things that they have learned from the module and share it through the Padlet. So they post it on this Padlet. So the link over here, by clicking it, it will take them to the Padlet that I just showed you, which is Model 1 Takeaways Exit Ticket. They are asked to share their partner's first name and their partner's first name and 3 things that they took away from the video and the module as a whole. So that wraps up my module, my Showcase 3 video assignment. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. I had a great time this semester. Thank you for watching again, and have a great holiday break.